So this is for nutrient laboratory analysis. After we analyze all the samples, this is the kind of Excel spreadsheet you're going to get. It's going to have a whole bunch of numbers like what you see here. And in this file, I want you to focus on two tabs for each nutrient. We are analyzing for nitrite, ammonia, phosphate, and sulfate. So the tab that I want you to look for is nitrate result, which I've highlighted in red. Similarly with calibrants, ammonia results, ammonia calibrants, phosphate result, phosphate calibrants, and sulfate results and calibrants. Now what I want to do is I want to make another Excel file, which will be a new workbook. Now in this workbook, I want to make calibration plots. So what I mean by calibration plots, let's say for example sulfate. I want to make a plot of concentration versus absorbance. So in this tab you have concentration right here and corresponding absorbance. Now this concentration is a sample of known concentration. So this is a sample that was prepared by us and instrument analyzed it. So we know the concentration. And this is the response from the instrument, which is called as absorbance. Now I'm going to copy these two columns. Copy. I'm going to go to my other worksheet and paste it here. Now for this data, I need to make a plot. So charts. This is the way I make plot is slightly different in this one compared to a PC. I'm working on a Mac now, but the general idea is same. So you go to charts, click on the scatter plot, click on this option. Now I'm going to right click, select data. I want absorbance in my x-axis and concentration in my y-axis. I'm going to add, click OK. Let's see. I want my x-axis to be absorbance, y-axis to be concentration. Okay, alright, we got the plot. Now the plot, I'm going to delete this one. We don't need a legend when we just have one data point. I'm going to right click, format plot area. I want line, I want solid black line. Click OK. So we got the solid black line, and I want to change these line. I want black, and tick marks I want outside, major tick mark, minor tick mark I want outside. Okay, same way I'm going to double click on x-axis, outside, I'm going to change the line to black. So this is taken care of, and I'm going to right click format chart area, line. I'm going to say no line. This is my general format, and I'm going to click here one more time, change this to 12-point font and change it to Times New Roman. And these data points, I'm just double clicking marker fill. I want it to be black, and marker line, I'm making it black. Okay, so this gives a formatted figure for the calibration plot. Now I need to add the x-axis values. So chart layout, axis title, I want horizontal axis below. This will be absorbance, and axis title, vertical axis, and this is concentration sulfate in milligrams per liter. So next thing I want to do is right click again, add a trend line. I want a linear trend line, and an option I want set intercept to 0, that way it passes through the origin. I want to display the equation and display the R-square value. The R-square value tells me how linear my calibration plot is. Okay, now in this legend, my Y is the concentration of sulfate in milligrams per liter, and my X is absorbance. So I want you to change the legend to this way. Okay, so now we made a calibration plot for sulfate. Now with this plot, if we have a sample of unknown concentration, which is going to be a lake sample, you analyze the sample through the instrument, you will get the absorbance for the sample, and you substitute that absorbance in this equation, and you multiply by the slope of this line to get your concentration. So this is yes. I need to make the similar calibration plot for, let's say, nitrate. I'm going to move this here. So let's make for nitrate, ammonia, and phosphate. So let's get the data for not nitrate, it's going to be nitrite. We're not analyzing for nitrate. Okay, so the corresponding data. I'm going to go to the original raw data file, come over here, nitrate, calibrant. I have to copy these two, go to edit, copy, and I'm going to paste here. Okay, now let's copy the data for ammonia. paste, and now for phosphate. Okay, so we have the what I want to do is make one plot and just copy and paste that. So I'm going to go to edit, copy, I'm going to paste this one. I'll make 3 more copies. Okay, so this is one. Okay, it's all pasted in here, so I need to delete this one. Okay, let's do it one more time. Copy, paste, and copy this and paste it. I'll copy this and paste it right here. Now the reason I want to make one plot and copy and paste the same is to keep the format same. Now in this plot, I'm going to come over here, click on this, and just drag the data to change it to nitrite. I have to come here on the axis. I want to change the axis, which is going to be nitrite as nitrogen, and I have to do the same here. Change this to nitrite nitrogen. Now the trend line, I have to do it one more time because the previous trend line is for sulfate, so I have to add a new trend line. And do linear option, set it to 0, equation r square. You see how the equation changed. So like we did for sulfate, I'm going to call this concentration for nitrite nitrogen in milligrams per liter, and that number is the slope times absorbance. And like I said, the only reason I'm copying and pasting is to maintain the same format across all the plot. Okay, let's do the same for here. This is for ammonia. And I have to delete this trend line. We'll make another trend line. This is for phosphate. Okay. Now I need to change this one to ammonia nitrogen, and I need to add a trend line. So it's going to be intercept 0 r square, and the equation type I want linear. Okay, so now this is the equation. So concentration ammonia nitrogen in milligrams per liter equal to 9.57 times absorbance. Okay, so let's move it. Same way, calibration plot for phosphate. Phosphate. There is some problem. This is a bad data point. So what I have to do is I'm going to go in here and delete this data point and use just this one. Add trend line options, and in terms of for you all to whether delete or not, we will look at your data and then decide. So now this is concentration phosphate milligrams per liter times absorbance. Okay, so I want to bring this to this new center. Alright, done. So now we have four equations to calculate the concentration of unknown samples. Now unknown samples, I'm going to make a new tab, go back to my raw data file. Now this is the result for my unknown sample. The ones I have ID numbers, ID 1 to 63, this is the list of samples. So what I'm going to do is, even though you have concentration, I want you to copy this column, ABS, which is absorbance. So I'm going to copy sample ID edit, copy, and edit, paste. Now this is going to be absorbance for nitrite, ammonia, sulfate, and phosphate. Okay, so the nitrite results, you're going to copy data under ABS, select, go to edit, copy, go to edit, paste. Next you're going to copy for ammonia, so you're going to find WNH3 result, and you're going to go copy the column ABES, select, edit, copy, come back here, edit, paste. Keep in mind we are just copying the absorbance, which is the raw data results from the instrument. So this is for phosphate, copy, phosphate, I'm going to paste it here, and we still have to copy the sulfate numbers, sulfate, for each nutrient you have different number of samples, so don't worry about the number of samples for now. It's going to change for your analysis. So now what I want to do is go here, insert a row, and call this absorbance. So I want to merge and center this one. Okay. Now I want to convert this absorbance to concentration. How do I do that? I'm going to select this, edit, copy, I'm going to paste it right here, change the absorbance to concentration. So keep in mind this is the absorbance for our lake samples. So to convert nitrite absorbance to concentration of nitrite as nitrogen milligrams per liter, ammonia as nitrogen milligrams per liter, sulfate milligrams per liter and phosphate milligrams per liter. So how do we convert nitrite absorbance to concentration? Equal to, select the data, multiply it by whatever slope you have for nitrite, which is 0.3969 from this plot. So I'm going to go back, multiply by 0.3969. Let me check that number. So I'm multiplying nitrite absorbance to the slope of nitrite calibration plot, which is 3969. Yes, so 3969, I'm good. Now all I have to do for other sample is go here and drag this all the way down. It will automatically calculate the concentration for all. Okay, now same way I can do for ammonia. Ammonia, the slope is 9.557, so I'm going to come here, equal to absorbance times 9.557, and I'm going to drag this all the way down to whatever number of ammonia samples I have up to this point. So I'm stopping here. Now sulfate, the slope is 206.83, so equal to sulfate times 206.83, and drag this again to whatever number of sulfate results I have up to this point. Okay, and then for phosphate it is 1.6873, so equal to phosphate absorbance times 1.6873. Let me verify that. 1.6873. Okay, so absorbance multiplied by the slope gives me the concentration. I'm going to drag it all the way down. Alright, so we calculated the concentrations. Now I want average concentration. So what I'm going to do is average concentration. Okay. Now the way we are going to run is, for each lake sample, we are going to run triplicates. So 3 for each sample. For now, let's assume that I'm going to add one more column here. Okay. Let's assume the first 3 are from City Park Lake. Okay, so I'm going to call it merge and center. Format cell, alignment, I want it in the center. Okay, now I'm going to copy this, paste here, and let's call this College Lake. So again, copy, paste, let's call this University Lake. And now I'm going to copy this one, this, let's call it Campus Lake. Now for each lake you'll have 2 sets of data. So I'm going to select all, edit, copy, paste. Okay, now you have different number of samples, so you have to arrange this column based on your sample, what we have. I'm just for now, for this demo, saying the first 3 are for City Park, followed by college lake, university lake, and campus lake, and another second set of samples for the same lakes. Now I want to calculate average for each lake. So that will be, I'm going to do equal to average. I want to average the concentration and not absorbance. So I'm going to do this one. Now all I have to do is drag it. It will calculate average. So this is the average for phosphate. Now I'm going to copy this one and I'm going to paste it every 3 samples. Just to make it easy for you, I'm going to edit and then paste in each time. You don't have to use that. You can use Control V or you can use Command V in Mac to paste your data. So whatever works for you, you can use that. Bottom line is, if you copy and paste it, you retain the formula, so you don't have to enter the formula each time. So this is the average concentration. You can merge and center. Now I also want to calculate the standard deviation. So what I want is, instead of concentration, I want standard deviation. Okay, so equal to standard deviation for nitride, and I'm going to drag this one. Sorry. Okay, got it. Now I'm going to copy, paste, and I'm going to use Command V in Mac to paste it. You can use Control V in a PC, but in a Mac it is Command V. Just make it faster. Okay. Now, so we have done the average and standard deviation. Now I want to do some statistical analysis. Let's do some statistical analysis. Now I want to know that if the average concentration in City Park Lake is statistically different from the average concentration for City Park Lake for the second set of sample. So what I'm going to do is t-test. If you click on t-test, it's going to ask for array 1. Array 1 is your first set of concentration, comma, array 2 will be my second set of concentration, which is this one, and then it's asking for number of tails. I'm going to select 2 tails, and type, I'm going to say 1 for now. Okay, close it. So this is the p-value. Now depending on your p-value, you can say if it is statistically different or not. So this is an example statistical analysis. You can make any types of comparison. You can do the same for each compound. So you can compare City Park nitrate numbers to all other lakes, or City Park to second sample and not compare to other lakes. So essentially I want you to compare the concentration based on statistical analysis and say if one set of sample is statistically different from the other or not. What kind of comparison? That is something you have to do. But the whole idea is gives you a general idea on how to do your data analysis. Okay. You also have to calculate a percentage recovery. That is something we will talk over in class. But this is the final table I want. So as far as making the table is concerned for your report, I'm going to open up a Word document. I want 8 lakes and 1, 2, 3, 4 concentrations. So I'm going to insert table. No, I'm more used to working on Windows, so I'm kind of struggling on the Mac. But so I want 5 columns and 9 rows. Okay, so the first row I want lake ID. Second row I want average concentration in milligrams per liter. And the first one I want nitrite, and nitrite is measured and expressed as nitrogen. Same way ammonia is measured as nitrogen, sulfate and phosphate. Okay, now these I want to merge in center, and center, right. Same way I want to merge and center this one. Go to cell alignment, and again cell alignment, align center, yes. So this is going to be city park, college, university, and campus. I'm going to copy this 4, copy, and see. I need one more row, so I'm going to right click, insert, I'm going to hit tab, and that creates me one more. So campus. Okay, so now the numbers. I'm going to try to make this smaller, that way I can have numbers, look at the numbers at the same time. So what I can also do is come over here, go to view, I can freeze the frame. Apparently I don't know how to do this here. Okay, now let's go on with this one. So we have it in the same order. So it's going to be nitrite, which is, this is the concentration for nitrite. I want to use 2 significant digits for concentration, 1 significant digit for standard deviation. So for the nitrite, it's going to be 0.065. That will be 2 significant digits. And I want to insert symbol browser. I want to insert plus or minus. Okay, and I'm going to close this one, and the corresponding standard deviation is 0.007. I'm just going to do the same thing, which is 0.018, insert symbol browser, and we'll come back here, plus or minus, and this one, so it's going to be 0.002. Now note that it's 0016. Since I'm using only one significant digit, I'm changing this to 002. Same way, University Lake, that's going to be 0.027 plus or minus 0.002. Campus Lake 0.021 plus or minus 0.001. Since this is 1/4, anything 5 or more, we round it off to the next digit. So City Park is going to be 0.033 plus or minus 0.09. I'm making a mistake here. So 03, it's 0.03, not 9. 03. If you look at this, the concentration is almost equivalent to absorbance. Sorry, the average concentration is equal to your standard deviation. So there is some kind of error associated with this measurement. That is something you have to look into the raw data and describe in your results. So college is 0.022 plus or minus 0.005. University 0.027 plus or minus 0.02. Again, even in this case, the average concentration is equal to standard deviation, which means there is a big variation in your data. You have to look at the raw numbers and describe your results on why you have such a big standard deviation. 0.014 plus or minus 0.003. Alright, so you're going to do the same thing for ammonia, sulfate, and phosphate. Now what I want is format it according to the way I want it. How do I do that? I'm trying to make this bigger. Okay. I'm going to go here, select none, and then come back here, select the top rows and say I want bottom, I want top, and I want to select the bottommost row and say I want a bottom line, and here I'm going to say I want a bottom line for this one. So this is a table I want. I'm going to select the table, edit, I want to copy it. Apparently it's not allowing me to copy it. Let's see. Okay, now I want to copy and paste this to my Google Sheets document. So I'm going to go docs.google.com. I will be sending you a link for this docs document. Go to Google Docs. So this is my Google Docs account. You will have to access your document. I'm going to open up the document that I created for the previous demo, which is for pH and alkalinity measurement, and I just want to show you how to paste it. Now if you go click on this one and if you say paste, it's going to say copying and pasting Google Docs. You have to use Command C for copy and Command V for paste, and let's do that. So I'm going to go to my Word document, select it, I'm going to say Command C, bring it here, and Command V. That's it. So you made the table and you copied and pasted it. Same way you can copy and paste your figures. Now you have 4 figures, so what I would suggest is Command C, put all the 4 figures in one page. So Command V, oh, let's do one more time again. Command C, Command V. Working. Okay. I'm going to copy, come here. Okay, let's try this one. There is some issue in terms of copying from Excel and pasting in Google Docs. So what I want to do is paste it in Word. Let's do that. Paste it Word, and then I can copy from Word to Google Docs. Okay, so edit, copy, and Word, edit, paste. Okay, now let's do the same. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Now right click, we can resize this to 3 inches wide. So this is 3 inches wide. Okay, now I'm going to bring this over. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Okay, so problem is you have to go to format and say in line with the text, and then it should allow you to move wherever you want. I'm going to change this to 3 inches, which will be same as the other one. Okay, position. Okay, I'm going to change this to in line with the text. Okay, I'm having some problem here, so I'm going to delete this one, delete this one. Okay, I'm going to come here, copy, go to edit, paste, and adjust the size to 3 inches width. And now text format. Okay, it kind of works differently compared to how it's done in PC, so that's a problem I'm having. Alright, so I copied and pasted this one. Now I'm going to copy this one, copy, edit, paste, and this one you're going to go to format and select in front of text, and you're going to adjust the size to same as what we have for this one. This is 2.75 by 3.13, so I'm going to do the same. 2.75, and width is I want 3.13. That way they both are same size. Now what I want to do was, I'm just using 2.71 and 3.13. I wanted to make sure we have a right size where this is clearly legible. In this case it's not visible, so what I'm going to do is increase my width and see if it helps. So instead of 3.3 I'm going to use 3.3 now. That doesn't help. So an alternate option is, I'm going to come here, click on this one, I'll click instead I can do this one, take this out. I can make my graph longer, so I'm going to make it longer, and then I will also make it shorter. Since I want to reduce the width when I get to word, I'm going to make it shorter, as short as I can. Okay, now I want enough separation between the y-axis. Okay, alright, so now I have to do the same for all the other figures. So I started at column number 14, went up to, let's say I'm going to go up to 32. Let's do the same for all, and it's 1, 2, 3, little over 3. So I'm going to start at 14, go to 32, and narrow this down to a little more than 3. So 1, 2, 3. How much height is this one? So I have 3.2 times 3.8. So adjust this again to 3.2 to 3.8, and make this smaller and get this out of the way. And I want this line and this line to be same, so I'm going to get this closer and see where it is. So I'm going to make a small curve adjustment, and looks alright to me, but you can make sure that they are of the same size. The absorbance should be aligned. I'm going to make this a little smaller. So this width is, let's see, this is 2.24, 2.06. So 2.24, 2.15. I'm going to make this 2. 24 and 2.16. Now they both should be the same height. I'm going to slightly move this down. Okay, now we can do this. I'm going to delete this one and delete this one. So delete. Oh, come on, Word. Whew. Let's close this one. Don't save. I'm going to open new blank document. Alright, this one I'm going to edit, copy, edit, paste, and I'm going to go to format, color in front of text. I'm going to do the same, edit, copy, edit, paste. This is the sulfate. I'm going to move this right here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the nitrate. I copied second. I'm going to go say in front of text. Now the y-axis is hidden, so I'm going to try see move this one around a little bit. Okay, so they both are here. Now I want you to format the other two similar to what I did there, and this one needs to be brought down a little lower. And I want to bring this a little lower, that way they both are aligned. You can try that. So now let's copy from here. Command C and Command V. Oh, it doesn't seem to work. So Command C, Command V. Okay. Well, for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to copy and paste the figure. I'm going to try one more thing. So I'm going to go here, edit, Command C, move here, move this down, and go to edit, paste, and we'll save picture as JPEG. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I will work on how to copy and paste from Word document in a Mac operating system to Google Docs, but it works fairly easily when you do it on a PC. It seems there is some problem if you work on a Mac, but this video gives you general idea on how to do the data analysis, how to make your figures, and how to make a table. So the only thing that we have not covered now was how to copy those from your spreadsheet or Word document made in Mac operating system to Google Docs. I will work on that and update you. But the copy and pasting procedure for PC, you can look in my previous video, which I did for the PH and Alchemy lab. Okay, I'm going to stop at this one. Thank you.